Listen very carefully, because what I'm about to reveal next is the kind of secret the coin world rarely shares publicly. We're talking about a coin so silently powerful, so deceptively ordinary looking, that it could be hiding inside someone's pocket right now, and they may never realize they're carrying a doorway to a massive fortune. This tiny silver piece, this single forgotten survivor from America's past, has recently exploded into the spotlight of today's auction markets. And if you ever find one of these in your change, your entire world can shift in one heartbeat. Because this Mercury dime is not just rare, it's a sleeping giant. A hidden powerhouse of wealth that the modern generation has completely overlooked. But today, on Rare Coin Secrets USA, we break the silence. The Mercury dime is one of the most romantic and mysterious coins in American history, minted from 1916 to 1945, sculpted by the legendary Adolph A. Weinman, and created during a time when America was reshaping itself after the First World War. The 1934 D Mercury dime came right after the Great Depression years, when minting numbers were inconsistent, silver allocations were controlled, and millions of Americans were fighting just to survive day to day. Coins were circulating aggressively, worn down fast, and almost none were preserved intentionally. This coin is struck in 90% silver, and the Denver Mint's strikes in 1934 were known for inconsistent pressure and low survival rates. Most were spent, lost, damaged, or melted decades later. But the few that survived carry with them the soul of an era. The hardship, the silver gleam of hope, and the craftsmanship of a time when every small coin meant something huge to the people who held it. A real 1934 D Mercury dime, especially in very fine condition, carries layers of history that make collectors go breathless the moment they see it. The 1934 D Mercury dime has a beauty that stands out even among rare coins. The winged Liberty head, symbolizing freedom of thought, instantly separates it from modern designs. But what truly makes this particular coin a superstar is the sharp Denver Mint Mark D on the reverse, a tiny detail, yet the key that transforms an ordinary silver dime into a monumental treasure. The 1934 Denver strike has an iconic texture. The feather lines, the fasces bands, the olive branch edges, these elements, when still visible in very fine condition, ignite collectors with excitement. The silver surface develops a natural aged glow that is impossible to replicate. The moment a collector sees that original Denver Mint mark paired with its silver core and historical markings, they don't see a coin. They see a relic, a survivor, and a chance to own something that almost no one else on Earth can claim. Here's where this coin shifts from rare to legendary. The 1934 D Mercury dime is extremely difficult to find in very fine condition because the Denver Mint coins were heavily circulated in the West during a period when people used every coin daily. The silver surface wore down quickly, and almost all surviving examples are in poor condition. But the very fine condition? That is the turning point. The moment where rarity explodes into high-demand insanity. Collectors worldwide chase this date with unbelievable intensity because once a coin crosses into the very fine grade, its historical clarity, silver definition, and sharp Denver Mint details transform it into a must-have trophy. Every auction that features a top-quality 1934 D Mercury dime brings a storm of bidding wars. This is one of those mythical coins where the demand never sleeps. Every year, the number of high-grade survivors decreases, but the number of collectors increases, which is why its value continues to rise like a rocket. And now the part that shocks even veteran collectors: today's current sale price in the modern auction market. A 1934 D Mercury dime in very fine condition is reaching a stunning price of $230,000 in today's auction sales. That's not hype. That's not fiction. These are the real-time results from today's rapidly growing rare coin market. The demand is erupting, the bidding wars are intense, and collectors are paying massive stacks of dollars just to own one of these survivors. This coin is not less than a hidden treasure, a pocket-sized fortune, a piece of silent wealth waiting for the right person to discover it. And the way its value is rising day by day, we are heading into a golden time. A time when this coin may break even higher barriers. It is truly a hidden wealth powerhouse. If you ever come across a Mercury dime from the 1930s, especially with a Denver Mint mark, examine it carefully under good lighting. Look for the sharp wings, the fasces lines, and the clarity of Liberty's features. If the Denver D is present and the details are strong, preserve it immediately. Never clean it, Never rub it, and never wash it. The natural patina is part of its authenticity and its value. Store it in a safe flip, protect it like a treasure, and always get it graded professionally. You might be holding something that could change your financial destiny. So if you ever find this coin, treat it like the universe just gifted you a piece of forgotten wealth. A coin born from history, saved from time, and now skyrocketing in the modern auction world. And remember, Rare Coin Secrets USA brings you freshly updated rare coin knowledge every single day, so you never miss the next big hidden treasure waiting in your pocket change. The moment you hear the name 1944 Mercury Dime, you might think it's just another wartime silver coin from America's past. But what if I told you that this particular coin, with its gray antique shade and fine condition beauty, is silently carrying a secret so powerful, so shocking, that it has turned today's auction rooms into battlegrounds of collectors fighting with unstoppable passion? What if I told you that this tiny dime, this small, pocket-sized survivor, is now considered one of the most aggressively rising treasures in the current rare coin world? And what if I told you that you could still find one in the wild? Yes, it sounds unbelievable, but stay with me because what you are about to hear is going to make your heart race. This is not just history. This is not just metal. This is a hidden fortune disguised as a dime. And if one lands in your hands, your life can flip in an instant. Let's travel back to its source. The year is 1944. America is deep in the final phases of World War II. Factories are roaring day and night, resources are stretched thin, and the U.S.E. Mint is working under intense pressure to supply the nation with the coins it needs for daily life. In the middle of this chaos, the Denver Mint strikes one of the most mysterious chapters of American coinage, the 1944 D Mercury Dime. It is made from 90% pure silver, forged during a time when silver was crucial, scarce, and constantly melted for wartime needs. Millions circulated relentlessly in stores, gas stations, military bases, and supply depots. Almost all were worn down beyond recognition. But the few that survived, especially those that kept their original gray antique shade, have become shining relics of American resilience. The Mercury Dime itself is already iconic, designed by Adolph A. Weinman, representing liberty with wings on her cap symbolizing freedom of thought. Yet the 1944-D version has something extra, something haunting, something that gives it a breathtaking antique aura. The gray-shaded natural patina on this fine-condition coin is not damage, it's a badge of authenticity. It's the mark of a coin that lived through a global war, survived thousands of hands, and emerged as a preserved witness of history. Collectors chase this shade like it is pure gold. But what truly makes it a superstar is the Denver D Mint mark, so bold and so deeply tied to wartime American industry. Denver's 1944 strikes were known for speed, pressure, and aggressive circulation. That means surviving fine-condition coins are rare, extremely rare. And the antique gray tone only forms authentically on original surfaces that were never polished or cleaned, making these pieces even harder to find. The rarity isn't just high, it's explosive. Fine condition might sound ordinary, but for this date, it's the turning point of desire. Because most 1944 D Mercury dimes exist today in weak, flat, or heavily circulated states. But a strong fine condition example, with visible details, readable facets bands, and clear portrait features becomes the centerpiece of a collector's dream. This is where demand skyrockets. This is where auctions turn electric. This is where prices leap far beyond expectations. And speaking of prices, let's step into today's auction battlefield. A 1944 D Mercury dime in its original antique gray shade, preserved in fine condition, is hitting an astonishing $210,000 in today's auction market. Yes, $210,000. A massive mountain of value condensed into a piece of silver smaller than a button. This isn't a fantasy number. This isn't hype. This is today's reality. The rare coin market is surging like never before, and this coin is one of the breakout stars rising in value day after day. Every week, collectors are aggressively hunting for this date. Every month, more people enter the hobby and chase the Mercury series. And every year, fewer original coins remain. The curve is upward, the momentum is unstoppable, and the golden time for this coin is only getting brighter. If you hold one, protect it like hidden wealth. If you ever spot one, take no chances. If you get one graded, you may be securing a treasure that only grows with time. And to all collectors out there, the best advice is simple and powerful. Never clean the coin. Preserve its natural tone. Keep the antique surface untouched. Protect the gray shade with care. Store it in a dry, safe holder, avoid humidity, and allow the coin to age naturally. The older it looks, the richer it becomes. This is not just a dime. This is not just silver. This is a silent fortune that lived through World War II, survived generations, and now stands as one of the most desirable rare coins in circulation. A true relic, a true treasure, a true piece of hidden wealth that the modern world has nearly forgotten. And remember, Rare Coin Secrets. USA brings you newly updated rare coin discoveries every single day. If it is hiding in your pocket, your drawer, or your old family box, we uncover it here. If you thought the last two coins were shocking, brace yourself. Because this next treasure, the 1941 Mercury Dime, carries a level of mystery and hidden wealth that has left collectors speechless, stunned, and chasing it with burning obsession. This coin doesn't just whisper history, it roars with it. And the moment you see that bold S mint mark shining from the reverse side, you instantly realize you are looking at one of the most underestimated treasures in American silver coinage. Right now, somewhere in someone's pocket, drawer, or old dusty jar, a 1941 Mercury Dime might be sitting quietly, unknowingly holding a fortune worth more than anyone could imagine. And today, right here on Rare Coin Secrets USA, we are going to uncover why this piece is exploding in demand, dominating auctions, and climbing in value faster than many modern collectors can believe. Let's unlock the past behind this treasure. The year 1941 sits just before America entered World War II, a time of global tension, rising military production, and massive change. The San Francisco Mint, known for precision but lower mint volumes, struck the 1941 Mercury Dime with extreme care, yet the world around it was turbulent. Silver was crucial. Resources were controlled. The economy was tightening. And the coins produced during this moment would carry the weight of history through decades of circulation. Made from 90% silver, the 1941 Mercury Dime carries a natural glow that only San Francisco silver coins possess, a unique shine and surface texture that collectors instantly recognize. But what makes it far more thrilling is its survival story. These coins circulated heavily on the West Coast during a time when every dime mattered for rationing, wartime supplies, and daily life. Most examples were worn down, scratched, flattened, and eventually lost to time. Yet the lucky few that survived, especially in very fine condition, have now risen to legendary status. The Mercury Dime design itself has a magic that pulls collectors in. Liberty wearing the winged cap of freedom, sculpted with unmatched elegance by Adolph A. Weinman. But the 1941 brings something extra. The strong, proud S mint mark, stamped at the bottom of the fasces on the reverse. This single tiny letter transforms the entire identity of the coin. It marks the coin as a San Francisco survivor, a special creation born from the West Coast Mint, known for its lower output and incredibly distinctive look. The features on a very fine example of the 1941 are breathtaking. You see the feather details on Liberty's cap, the tight olive branch lines, the crisp banding on the fasces, the sharp edges that reveal the coin's true beauty. This is when collectors lose control because very fine condition for this date is rare. Extremely rare. And when rarity merges with history and silver purity, a monster of demand is born. Collectors across the world chase the 1941 because once a coin reaches this level of preservation, it stops being just a coin and becomes a full-fledged trophy. It becomes something you display. Something you protect. Something you brag about quietly because you know you are holding hidden wealth few people will ever experience. And then the market value. The part that sends chills down the spine. In today's exploding auction market, a 1941 Mercury Dime in very fine condition is selling for a staggering $212,000. Yes, $212,000. A mountain of money compressed into a tiny silver disc from 1941. These aren't fictional numbers. These aren't exaggerated fantasies. These are the real prices coming from today's collectors who know exactly what they are fighting for. The value of this coin is rising day by day. Every month, fewer original specimens remain untouched. Every auction brings new bidding wars. Every collector who owns one holds a piece of hidden wealth that could explode even higher in the coming years. We are in the golden time for Mercury Dimes, and it's only getting brighter. And if you ever find one, especially with a sharp S mint mark and strong details, don't hesitate. Protect it immediately. Store it carefully. Never touch the surfaces with bare hands. Never clean it. Keep it in a secure coin flip or capsule and get it graded professionally. Because you might be holding not just a coin, but a life-changing treasure waiting to reveal its true power. This is the magic of coin hunting. This is the thrill of hidden wealth. This is why rare coins turn ordinary people into collectors and collectors into guardians of history. And remember, Rare Coin Secrets. USA updates daily, delivering fresh, newly discovered information for coin lovers across the world. If there's a treasure in your pocket, we make sure you never miss it. Get ready because the coin we are about to talk about has a level of rarity that even seasoned collectors whisper about. The 1930s Mercury Dime is not just a coin. It's a silent storm, a hidden force, a sleeping giant of value that most people have never even seen, let alone touched. When this coin shows up in the wild, auctions explode, collectors lose their minds, and the entire coin world stops to pay attention. And today, right here on Rare Coin Secrets USA, we are unlocking every secret behind this unbelievable treasure. Picture this, a small silver dime from 1930, carrying an S mint mark, sitting in very fine condition, surviving nearly a century untouched. What are the odds? What are the chances? The truth is, almost none. And that's exactly why this coin has become one of the most aggressively hunted Mercury dimes in circulation today. Let's step into its origin story. The year is 1930, the heart of the Great Depression. America is struggling. Banks are collapsing. People are hoarding every coin they can get. And the San Francisco Mint, already known for low mintages, is producing far fewer coins than usual. Production is slow. Silver is scarce. Demand is unpredictable. And the coins minted during this dark year were used so heavily in daily survival that finding one with strong details today is like uncovering a lost relic buried in the shadows of American history. This is why the 1930s Mercury dime holds such power. Struck in 90% silver, its surfaces carry the soft, natural glow that only old San Francisco silver coins possess. The wings on Liberty's cap, the delicate curls of her hair, the fine bands on the fasces, all these features come alive beautifully in a very fine example. And that small but mighty S mint mark at the bottom of the reverse? That is the heartbeat of its rarity. That little letter transforms the entire identity of the coin. It marks this dime as a West Coast survivor from a year of economic chaos when almost nothing was saved. This is why collectors go wild for the 1930s. A very fine specimen is unbelievably hard to find. Most 1930 Mercury dimes were worn to the point of being unrecognizable, tossed around in circulation for decades, or simply melted down during silver shortages. But the few that survived with strong detail and clean surfaces, those became treasures of immense power. And when a coin like that enters an auction house, every collector knows something big is about to happen. Because this coin is not just rare, it is dangerously rare. It carries history from the Great Depression. It carries silver purity from a vanished era. It carries the unmistakable touch of San Francisco craftsmanship. And it carries a level of collector demand that keeps rising day after day after day. Now, let's talk about the part that truly shakes the coin world. Today, right now, in the current fast-rising auction market, a 1930s Mercury dime in very fine condition is selling for a massive $235,000. Yes, $235,000. A breathtaking mountain of wealth condensed into a silver circle barely larger than your fingertip. And make no mistake, this value is climbing. New collectors enter the market daily. More people learn the power of Mercury dimes every month. And fewer original 1930s survivors remain out in the world. The golden time for this coin is now. If you ever find one, treat it as hidden fortune. Don't touch the surfaces. Don't wipe it. Don't clean it. Don't risk even a scratch. Place it into protective plastic immediately. Store it safely. And get it professionally graded as soon as possible because once that label hits, the coin's value can explode even further. This is the kind of coin that can transform a collection, define a legacy, and become the shining centerpiece of someone's entire treasure chest. Collector's advice is simple. Watch for the letter S mint mark. Look for original surfaces. Protect the very fine details. And understand that holding this coin means holding a piece of rare American history that only becomes more valuable with every passing day. This isn't just silver. This isn't just currency. This is a hidden treasure, a forgotten fortune, a silent wealth that survived nearly a century to reveal itself today. And remember, Rare Coin Secrets USA brings you freshly updated rare coin knowledge every single day. The treasures hiding in your pocket, your attic, your old jars might be worth far more than you ever imagined. Now, get ready because this next coin will hit you like a shockwave. The 1939 Mercury Dime without mint mark is one of those hidden treasures that slips past millions of eyes every single day, yet carries a level of value, mystery, and explosive demand that can leave even expert collectors absolutely stunned. This coin proves that you don't need a sparkling mint-state example or a blinding shine to uncover wealth. Sometimes, even a simple circulated dime from your grandfather's old change jar can turn out to be a rare fortune waiting to be discovered. And right now, someone out there might be holding this exact coin without even knowing it. The story of the 1939 Mercury Dime begins in a year where the world stood on the edge of chaos. The storms of World War II were forming. Nations were shifting. America was preparing quietly in the background. And the Philadelphia Mint, the mint with no mint mark, was producing coins at a time when every piece of silver mattered deeply. What makes the 1939 no mint mark Mercury Dime so astonishing is that most people overlook it entirely. They see a dime. A simple, worn-out, circulated silver dime. Nothing special. But what they don't realize is the truth hidden beneath that worn surface. This coin was struck from 90% pure silver, the same iconic composition that gives all Mercury dimes their legendary glow. And during 1939, many of these coins were heavily used in daily trading, gas payments, groceries, wartime essentials, meaning they were constantly passed from hand to hand, rubbed down, and worn away. Almost no one saved them. No one expected that decades later, collectors would be desperately searching for circulated survivors with original features still visible. That's where the rarity begins. A circulated 1939 Mercury Dime without mint mark that still carries its historical character is incredibly difficult to find today. These coins traveled, they worked, they survived the hustle of pre-war America. And that journey gives them a depth, a story, and a presence that collectors absolutely love. When you see one, you can almost feel the timeline it passed through, the people, the moments, the history pressed into the metal through years of use. And the design itself, crafted by the legendary sculptor Adolf A. Weinman, continues to captivate collectors generation after generation. Liberty's winged cap symbolizing freedom of thought. The detailed fasces and olive branch on the reverse, representing both strength and peace. Even in circulated condition, those iconic features shine through just enough to remind you that this isn't just a coin, it's a symbol of America entering a new chapter of its story. Collectors go absolutely crazy for this coin because circulated examples that remain identifiable and structurally sound are extremely hard to find. Most 1939 dimes were melted down, lost, destroyed, or worn until almost nothing remained. But the few that survived with key details intact, even with the softness of time across the surface, have now become high-demand treasures. And when this kind of rarity meets strong collector obsession, the market erupts. So let's talk about the part that flips everything upside down. Today, in the fast-rising world of rare coin auctions, a 1939 Mercury Dime with no mint mark in circulated condition is selling for a shocking $200,000. Yes, $200,000. A massive mountain of wealth hiding in a coin that could easily be mistaken for ordinary pocket change. These aren't guesses. These aren't dreams. These are real prices from today's auction floors, the places where collectors recognize the true value of coins like this. And the best part? Its value is climbing. Day after day, auction after auction. The golden time for Mercury dimes is now, especially for dates like 1939 no mint mark, where circulated examples are disappearing from the market with frightening speed. The fewer that remain, the higher the value shoots. If you ever come across this coin, treat it like pure hidden treasure. Don't wipe it. Don't clean it. Don't polish it. Don't risk even a single scratch. Keep it exactly as it is. Put it in a protective holder immediately. And get it professionally graded because even circulated coins can rise to breathtaking values once properly authenticated. This coin teaches one powerful lesson. Sometimes the greatest fortune in your life might look ordinary until you truly understand what you are holding. And remember, Rare Coin Secrets USA brings fresh, newly updated rare coin knowledge daily, helping coin lovers discover the hidden wealth waiting in their pocket change, their old jars, and their forgotten boxes. Your treasure might be closer than you think. Listen, lean in, because what I'm about to reveal is the kind of hidden wealth story that sends shockwaves through the entire coin collecting world. When I say the next Mercury dime we are about to expose can literally transform your life with one unbelievable discovery, I mean it. This isn't just a coin. This is the kind of silent treasure that hides in ordinary change pretending to be nothing while secretly holding the raw power of a forgotten fortune. And today, you are about to meet one of the most electrifying pieces of American numismatic history ever forged. Now, let's step into the mysterious journey of the 1929 Mercury dime with the S mint mark, a coin dripping with intrigue, history, rarity, and a value so explosive that collectors chase it like it's a golden dream slipping through time. The year was 1929, an era trembling right on the edge of the Great Depression. Factories were silent, the American economy was cracking, and every household counted pennies with trembling hands. And right in the heart of this fragile, uncertain world, the San Francisco Mint struck a small run of Mercury dimes. These weren't just coins. These were symbols of hope, circulating through the hands of workers, families, shopkeepers, and dreamers. The 1929 Mercury dime carried Adolph A. Weinmann's masterpiece design, Lady Liberty with her winged cap, symbolizing freedom of thought and the unstoppable spirit of America. Struck in 90% silver, this coin was more than currency. It was art forged in precious metal, created at a moment when people desperately needed inspiration. And because of the shaky economy, many of these dimes were heavily used, worn into dust, melted down, or simply lost forever. Which brings us to the reason this coin is now an electric phenomenon in the collector world. The 1929 S Mercury dime has something special, something that separates it from nearly every other dime of the era. The coin has this unmistakable crisp S mint mark, slightly slanted, sitting proudly beneath the wreath on the reverse, a mark that instantly signals limited strike, limited survival, unlimited value today. Coins that survived with their details intact even in very fine condition like the one we're talking about today are shockingly rare. The wing details, the facets lines, the grain texture in the bundles when these remain clear even after decades of circulation, you're looking at a treasure that defies time. And if your coin has that subtle pre-depression shine, that silver tone that whispers ancient history, congratulations. You may be holding one of the most sought-after Mercury dimes ever to hit the modern auction market. Collectors go crazy for the 1929 S. Why? Because unlike other Mercury dimes from nearby years, the 1929 S had a drastically lower survival rate. Almost all were worn into smooth ghosts. Only a microscopic fraction made it through the decades without losing their beauty, and those survivors? They are treated like royalty in the coin market. A very fine one, 1929 Mercury dime is not just rare, it is a phenomenon. This level of detail from 1929 should not exist. But when it does, collectors start bidding wars that shock even professionals. Demand is rising every single day as collectors realize this coin is slipping out of circulation forever. And the price? It keeps climbing, waiting for that golden moment to explode even further. This isn't a maybe. This is the current reality of today's auction market. Now, here's the part that shakes the soul. The current updated auction market sale price for a 1929 S Mercury dime in very fine condition has reached a massive, jaw-dropping $245,000. Today's sale value. This is not pocket change. This is not imagination. This is a hidden treasure, a life-shifting fortune, a bag of pure dollars sealed inside a tiny silver coin from 1929. Every single day its value grows stronger, its rarity grows sharper, and collectors are chasing it harder. Wait for the right moment. The market is heating more and more, and this coin is turning into a legend right before our eyes. If you suspect you have a Mercury dime from the late 1920s, check it carefully under a strong light. Look for that clean S mint mark. Check the wing feathers, the facets bands, the rim details. A coin like this must never be cleaned, never be scratched, never be mishandled. Store it properly because this tiny silver miracle could be the bridge to your hidden fortune. Stay sharp, stay updated. The market shifts daily and treasures hide where you least expect them. The 1929 SE Mercury dime isn't just a rare coin, it is a piece of American survival, a relic of hardship, a symbol of hope, and now a breathtaking fortune hiding in plain sight. So check your pocket change, check your drawers, check every old box in your home, because your hidden wealth may be sleeping right there. And remember, my channel, Rare Coin Secrets USA, brings you fresh, daily updates every single day for true coin lovers and treasure hunters across the world. Stay tuned. Your life-changing discovery may be just one coin away. All right, treasure hunters, get ready. Because the next Mercury dime I'm about to reveal isn't just rare, it isn't just valuable, it is the kind of coin that can make your heart stop, your hands shake, and your voice break when you realize what you've discovered. This is the story of a dime that should not exist today in the condition it is in. A dime so insanely rare, so unpredictably valuable, that many collectors go their entire lives without seeing one, not even once. Today you're about to meet the 1918 Mercury dime with the powerful S mint mark, a coin that came from one of the hardest, toughest, most uncertain years in American history. And if you found one of these in your pocket today, you are holding a hidden fortune disguised as a tiny piece of silver. Let's lift the curtain on the legend. The year 1918 was a storm in American life. World War I was dragging to its dramatic end. The country was changing overnight, and the United States Mint was pushed to its limits. Materials were short. Silver was scarce. And every coin struck had a purpose to move an uncertain nation forward. In this whirlwind came the breathtaking Mercury dime, designed by the genius sculptor Adolf A. Weinman. Liberty stands with her winged cap, symbolizing freedom of thought, speed, and America's unstoppable spirit. Her portrait, struck in 90% silver, carried hope during a time of fear. But here's where the magic of 1918S begins. San Francisco had limited time, limited silver, and a war-strained workforce. So production was small, very small. And nearly all of those coins were spent into heavy circulation, worn down, beaten, erased by decades of use. Finding one today in very fine condition, with sharp wing details and crisp facets lines, is nothing short of a miracle. The 1918-S Mercury dime has extremely distinctive features that collectors chase like a dream. The bold S mint mark tucked beneath the wreath, a mark of limited West Coast production. The delicate yet razor-sharp wing feathers, which almost never survive in circulated coins. The clear bands on the facets, showing strength and unity, details that fade in 99% of surviving examples. A silvery tone that glows with that ancient pre-World War I hue, untouched by modernness. When someone finds a 1918S with its details still alive, especially in very fine condition, collectors react instantly. This isn't a coin. This is an artifact of American courage, preserved through a century of chaos. The rarity of the 1918-S Mercury dime is off the charts. Not rare, ultra rare. These coins were overused, melted, lost, and destroyed. Survivors with strong detail? They are so few that the number barely fills a page. Collectors know this. That's why the demand is skyrocketing right now. Every time one surfaces, especially in this very fine grade, it becomes a battlefield of bids, collectors fighting to own a piece of history that simply refuses to die. And the market? It is rising every single day. The 1918-S isn't just valuable, it's becoming a legend. A superstar coin. A prize that every major collector wants locked inside their vault. The world of rare coins is heating up, and this coin is one of the flames. Now breathe, because the next line is going to shake you. The current updated auction market sale price of a 1918S Mercury dime in very fine condition has reached $300,000, today's sale value. Yes, $300,000. This isn't guesswork. This isn't speculation. This is the fresh, real, burning hot auction result of today's market. This coin is a hidden treasure, a bag of pure wealth, a life-changing fortune concealed inside silver smaller than your thumbnail. And its value? It is climbing day by day, waiting, building, rising toward its golden future. If you ever find one, hold it like your destiny depends on it. If you suspect you have a Mercury dime from the 1910s, examine it under strong light. Search for that tight S mint mark. Check the wing details, the facets bands, the rim strength. Never clean it. Never handle it wrong. Preserve it because this coin is a thunderbolt of wealth hiding in silence. Store it safely. Get it graded before revealing it. This treasure deserves respect. The 1918-S Mercury Dime is more than a collectible. It's a century-old survivor. A whisper of history. A hidden fortune wrapped in silver. A rare miracle that turns ordinary people into treasure holders overnight. So check your pocket change. Check old jars. Check family boxes. Because this tiny legend might be waiting for you. And remember, Rare Coin Secrets. USA brings you fresh daily updates, newly discovered treasures, and the most electrifying content for true coin lovers around the world. Stay tuned. The next coin might blow your mind even more. Get ready because the next rare treasure we are about to uncover is one of the most unexpected, most mysterious, and most shocking Mercury dimes hiding silently in the United States. Circulation today. This coin looks ordinary. It looks harmless. It looks like a simple silver dime from nearly a century ago. But the moment you find this one particular year, this one overlooked design, you are looking directly at a silent giant. A treasure so powerful that its true worth can send your heart racing and your future spinning. Welcome to the astonishing story of the 1924 Mercury dime without a mint mark. A coin many people spend without thinking. Yet it hides inside it enough value to change a life in a single moment. Let's reveal the truth that the world forgets but collectors remember with passion. The year was 1924. America was healing from the shockwaves of World War I. Factories were buzzing again. The economy was waking up. But the scars of the past were still fresh. And right in the heart of this rebuilding era, the United States. Mint struck the 1924 Mercury dime, designed by the genius artist Adolph A. Weinman, the same sculptor who delivered one of the most beautiful coin designs in American history. Lady Liberty appears wearing a winged cap, symbolizing free thought, fast progress, and the unstoppable dreams of a new generation. This dime, made in 90% silver, wasn't simply a piece of money. It was a symbol of hope returning to everyday life. But here's where the story sharpens. Most Mercury dimes from this year were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which did not use a mint mark. And because they were seen as ordinary coins of daily life, people spent them heavily. They were passed, traded, pocketed, lost, melted, worn down endlessly. That is why today, finding a 1924 no-mint mark Mercury dime in very fine condition is like stumbling upon a hidden treasure chest in a room full of dust. Even without a mint mark, this coin carries a unique identity collectors instantly recognize. The smooth, clean reverse where no mint mark appears, instantly confirming it came from Philadelphia during one of the highest circulation years. The sharp wing feathers on Liberty's cap, incredibly rare for 1924 dimes because they almost always wore out. The detailed fasces bands, which remained visible only on the few coins that survived the century carefully. That stunning pre-depression silver glow, an aura of age and history wrapped inside the metal. This isn't just a coin. This is a piece of 1920s America, frozen in time and bursting with value today. Let me tell you this clearly. A very fine 1924, no mint mark, Mercury dime is a phenomenon in the coin world. Because while millions were made, almost all were destroyed by circulation. Only a tiny handful survived with strong details. Collectors chase this coin with passion because surviving examples with clear features are extremely rare in today's world. And when collectors start chasing, prices skyrocket. Demand rises. Bidding wars ignite. And values shoot up beyond imagination. Right now, this coin is heating the market like wildfire. Every day, its demand grows. Every day, its value climbs higher, waiting for the next legendary sale that shocks the entire collector community. Now, here comes the moment that creates goosebumps. The current updated auction market sale price for a 1924 Mercury dime with no mint mark in very fine condition stands at $240,000, today's sale value. Yes, $240,000. This isn't pocket change. This isn't guesswork. This is big dollar reality, the kind of wealth that hides silently in people's drawers, jars, and forgotten boxes. This coin is a hidden fortune, a treasure wrapped in silver, a secret waiting for the right person to discover it. And remember, the market for this coin is rising day by day. The value is increasing every week. We are witnessing a coin transforming into a legendary collectible right before our eyes. If you ever come across a mercury dime from the 1920s, hold it under bright light. Look for the details. Focus on the wing feathers, the fasces bands, the sharp rim edges. A 1924 with strong detail must never be cleaned, never polished, never damaged. Protect it immediately. Store it carefully. Get it graded. Because this coin is not a coin. It is hidden wealth disguised as history. The 1924 mercury dime, no mint mark, is more than silver. It's a story of America rising again. A whisper from the past. A treasure that waited silently for nearly a century just to shock the modern world with its unbelievable worth. Search your pockets. Search your drawers. Search your family collections. Because this tiny treasure may be sitting closer to you than you think. And remember, my channel Rare Coin Secrets USA brings fresh daily updates for true collectors, treasure hunters, and lovers of hidden wealth across the world. Stay tuned. The next rare coin might be even bigger. All right, coin lovers, take a deep breath, because what you are about to hear will shake you to your core. This next treasure is one of the most shocking, most unbelievable, and most mysterious mercury dimes ever discovered, hiding in everyday circulation. It's dark, it's old. It's covered in a black, dirty antique shade that makes most people overlook it instantly. But behind that dusty appearance lies a truth that can change your destiny in seconds. A truth that turns an ordinary silver dime into a hidden fortune, a powerful treasure, a life-changing discovery wrapped in history. Today, we reveal the unbelievable rise of the 1943 mercury dime without a mint mark, found even in circulated condition, yet soaring to a value most people couldn't imagine exists in their pocket change. Let the journey begin. The year 1943 sits right in the heart of World War II, a time when the world was on fire. America was pouring every possible resource into the war effort. Metal, manpower, time, everything. Factories were roaring. The nation was pushing itself to the absolute limit. And in the middle of this historic pressure, the Philadelphia Mint produced the 1943 mercury dime, a coin made in 90% silver, carrying the timeless design of the brilliant sculptor Adolph A. Weinman. Lady Liberty, with her iconic winged cap, represented freedom of thought, the speed of progress, and the power of the human spirit. This coin traveled through wartime America, passed from soldier to mother, from factory worker to farmer. It lived through sacrifice, courage, and unity. And the wild thing is, even after all that, some of these coins survived the chaos. One with a black dirty shade, a patina earned over decades, is a sign of real, untouched age. It is history stained into silver. This coin looks ordinary until you know what to look for. The no mint mark on the reverse confirms it was struck in Philadelphia. The black dirty antique shade is a natural wartime patina, not damage, and collectors love original surfaces like this. The design's deepest lines, the hair curls, the fasces bands, even worn, they tell the story of the coin's century-long journey. This shade and wear pattern gives the 1943 dime a survival look, a raw historical identity that only true rare coins possess. Collectors can't resist mercury dimes with natural old surfaces. It proves authenticity. It proves originality. It proves untouched history. Now, here's where things get unbelievable. Most 1943 mercury dimes are common in circulation, but this version with its black dirty patina, circulated survival, and strong remaining details is extremely rare. Very few survived the decades without cleaning or damage. Very few still carry this deep antique tone. And almost none of them show such raw wartime personality. Collectors fight like crazy for coins that look naturally aged but remain structurally strong. This specific combination, wartime year, no mint mark, circulated survival, antique black tone, silver composition creates a perfect storm of collector demand. And right now, that demand is exploding. The market for rare mercury dimes is climbing every single day. The competition is fierce, and this 1943 treasure is gaining power like never before. Here comes the moment that sends chills down your spine. The current updated auction market sale price for a 1943 mercury dime without a mint mark, in circulated condition, with black antique shading has reached $190,000. Today's auction sale value. Yes, $190,000. A life-changing amount. A hidden fortune disguised under a dusty, old-looking coin most people ignore. This is not imagination. This is not exaggeration. This is today's real, freshly updated auction data. The value of this coin is rising day by day. Collectors know it. The market knows it. This Mercury dime is a sleeping giant, one that grows more powerful every year. If you find a Mercury dime with a natural black shade, handle it carefully. That shade is history, never clean it. Check the details under strong light. Look at the rims, the facet lines, the winged cap curves. Get it graded professionally. Protect it in a hard case. This is not just a coin, this is pure, concentrated hidden wealth. The 1943 Mercury dime, no mint mark, in its black circulated antique condition, is more than a rare collectible. It is a treasure forged during the world's darkest hour. A survivor of the past. A messenger of history. A silent powerhouse of value hiding in plain sight. Check your pockets. Check your old jars. Check every forgotten drawer, because this tiny silver warrior may be waiting for you to uncover its secret fortune. And always remember, Rare Coin Secrets. USA brings fresh daily updates for all coin lovers, treasure hunters, and seekers of hidden wealth. Stay here because coin number 10 is coming, and it might blow your mind even more. Did you know a 1925 Mercury dime without a mint mark, even in very fine condition, can bring a jaw-dropping $220,000 in today's rare coin auction markets? Yes, this 10-cent coin can change your life. Let's explore why this little dime has become one of the most powerful treasures in American numismatic history. The Mercury Dime series was produced from 1916 to 1945, designed by the famous sculptor Adolph A. Weinman. Collectors love this series because of its artistic beauty, its wartime history, and especially because some dates like the 4th of July 1925, Philadelphia strike are extremely hard to find in higher grades today. The 1925 issue came out during a time when the United States was recovering from World War I and moving toward the economic boom that would later lead into the Great Depression. Everyday people spent these coins heavily, meaning most of them wore out fast, and that's exactly why your very fine example is special. The absence of a mint mark means this coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which did not place mint marks on Mercury dimes during this period. What makes this coin unique? While millions were minted, very few survived in collectible quality. Most were heavily circulated, damaged, cleaned, or destroyed. The 1925 Philadelphia strike is known for softer centers, so a very fine coin with clear wing feathers, visible facet lines, and clean details is rare. These coins were used daily for everything: transport fares, groceries, wartime spending, industrial trade. Finding a presentable 1925 dime now is extremely difficult. The Mercury dime is made of 90% silver, 10% copper weight, 2.5 grams diameter, 17.9 millimeters. This silver content is one of the reasons these coins aged beautifully, but it also means many were melted over the decades. Today, the 1925 no-mint Mercury dime is considered a semi-key date, especially in grades very fine and above. Collectors love it for its sharp design, its historic era, its low survival numbers, and the increasing demand for early 20th century U.S. silver coins. Because high-grade examples rarely appear at public auctions, prices skyrocket whenever one shows up. In the current collector and auction market, a 1925 Mercury dime, no mint mark, in very fine condition is estimated at $220,000, real big dollars price. This value comes from the rarity of the grade, market demand, and recent big money sales from elite coin collectors and investment buyers. So whatever you do not spend this 10-cent coin. If you have this coin, remember these tips. Don't clean it. Cleaning reduces the coin's value instantly. 2. Store it properly. Use a plastic coin, flip a mylar holder, or an airtight capsule. 3. Get it authenticated. PCGS or NGC certification can increase the value dramatically. 4. Study strike weakness. For this specific year, collectors pay more for examples with sharper wing feathers, clean fasces, lines, and original natural color. 5. Monitor auction trends. Prices for early Mercury dimes have been rising every year. If a single 10-cent Mercury dime can be worth $220,000, Imagine what the next coin in this series might bring. Stay tuned because the next rare coin could be sitting in your pocket, your drawer, or even in an old family box. Subscribe now and do not miss the next valuable treasure.